Alright, we're recording, guys. Welcome to another live commentary. This time we're going to be going over EHOME versus Complexity Gaming from the Northern Arena Beat Invitational, the Montreal LAN.
5 seconds.
That's going to be happening over this week. I casted some games yesterday. Actually, didn't get to the Wings versus FDL game, or not. If I casted that one, I didn't get to the Wings versus NP game as well as the FDL versus Adfin game because I was mad tired. I went to take a nap and I just overslept, so I didn't get all the games in yesterday. But I'm gonna probably get all the games in today because I am well rested, ready to cast games for you guys. So let's just get right to it. The draft is quite underway. It's about to end right now as the last picks are going to go off quite soon. It looks like EHOME did ban out the Wisp as the less track to stop Complexity from picking those up heroes that they like to pick up a lot. And Drow will be banned out as well as Nyx. Looks like an OD will be their last ban. I don't really have much time to talk about these drafts, so I'm going to get right into it. So EHOME will have the Warlock, Legion Commander, Spirit Breaker, Morphling, and Tidehunter. Pretty aggressive lineup they have right there. It's like heroes that really want to fight and get right in your face, with Morphling being the hero that they're going to run as their late game backup. But they are quite cooldown dependent with the Ravage as well as the Warlock ultimate compared to Complexity that have like a Tiny that can actually fight pretty much all the time, and Moo will play the Tiny. I saw him play it yesterday in a pub. Changed his name to I guess I'm a carry player now or something like that, but we'll have the Monkeys Forever signature Bat Rider. That's how he got his high MMR. He spammed that hero quite a bit in like the mid lane, I believe, when that hero was absolutely broken, and he's still a good hero. And we'll get into the game now as all the players will pick their heroes. We'll see Mirana TP to the bot lane. It will be Z-Freak on the Mirana, and you'll have Boots to start off. No health regen, but he'll have 2 clarities. Pretty sure he wants to place a ward down, and he'll place it here. Interesting ward placement from him. I believe the Spirit Breaker scouted it out.
Oh, good.
But even if he does want to deward, this is pretty hard to deward. So I don't really expect them to place that ward. Usually when you see a support TP here, yep, he expects them to put a ward like right in the lane, but in fact it's going to be on the other side of this camper here, not blocking it. So the rest of Z-Freak's team will walk to the bot lane to meet him, and they're going to throw a Fortune's End onto the Tide into an arrow. But of course Legion Commander is here with the press to attack to dispel that, and Tide should just be able to walk away just fine. The sound is a bit loud for me. I'm not sure if it is for you guys, so I'm going to turn it down a bit. So it looks like it'll be a safe lane in Tiny. It's pretty interesting. Not a lot of teams run that anymore, especially without a Wisp. I know a lot of teams like to run it in the past, especially European teams. It allows, I know OG did that for a bit for No Tail.
And away we go.
It's just a really aggressive carry, but in terms of scaling into the late game, it doesn't do too well, because you usually want to build a lot of like small items on him instead of just straight farming. But as a late game hero, Tiny is not so bad. It does a lot of damage, especially to towers, but he's just not really played as that role anymore. He was in the past, but not so much anymore. He goes for a lot of mobility items and plays as like a team fighter and ganker. So we'll see Z-Freak arrow some creeps in the jungle. He'll get that troll right here, and Cancel is going to take quite a bit of harass from Lanham on this Warlock in the mid lane, helping out his Morph. Morph does decide to lane in the mid lane, leaving the side lanes for his Legion Commander as well as Tidehunter. Monkeys Forever should have a pretty good matchup in this top lane right now, as Bat Rider is pretty much able to dominate most lanes, but Tidehunter will have his magic stick ready, so he shouldn't be able to get harassed out too hard. There will be a dual lane in the bot lane with Spirit Breaker and Legion. Spirit Breaker will be able to pull to the side camp, which is pretty much really good for their team, as it's going to deny a couple creeps away from this Tiny if he's not going to get here in time. I believe he will be able to last hit it, so he won't lose any creeps yet. The Spirit Breaker will hit the last hit on the small Hell Bear, so that's a bit of gold for him, getting him closer to boots. While the Oracle tried to go for a pull through, he actually missed it. Maybe Justin was right for calling out Swindles. In his pubs, I believe Justin did say, I hope you guys are a better tri-laner than Swindles. And he misses that connect to his pull, and that's going to give a lot of creeps to Legion Commander. And the wave is also going to be pushing into the Dyer's tower. They're going to scout the Spirit Breaker, picking up the Ruin, and he'll decide to pick up the Orb of Venom instead of the boots. And Complexity just simply do not tri-lane. It always, Complexity always has Z-Freak roaming or dual laning the offlane. So we look at CS, Morphling is doing quite well mid, as the TA has taken a lot of harass, and he's losing the lane quite hard for TA, with only 5 CS and 9 denies on Sylar. So Old Latham doing work to shut down this TA. She's going to even resort to jungling. Legion Commander and Spirit Breaker are going to take out this big camp. They do miss a creep right there. Looks like Swindles pulled it, and they were just farming up the creeps next to the camp. And right now there hasn't been much action in the lanes. Except for like the mid lane there, Cancel took a lot of harass, and he didn't really run any risk of dying to a Morph and a Warlock, as they'd have really no disable. They can't lock him down anyway. But he did take a lot of harass, as they have right clicks and Shadow Word to slowly drop down her refraction. So he'll put 2 points in Shadow Word, and he'll continue to harass him. That's what's really good about Warlock. He even get that deny. Old Latham really making this mid lane hard for Cancel. The thing about Warlock, he has really good range. I really saw that when there was like a mid Warlock one game. I forgot who played it. It might have been Adfinum or like some team. It was some European team. It might have been against Adfinum, where the Warlock went Dragonlance, and it was pretty impressive the range he had. It was like Drow Ranger pretty much. I didn't really notice that much about the hero, but it does have a lot of range and allowed to send in a lot of right clicks for harass at a safe distance. Spirit Breaker will be able to hit level 3 in the bot lane, which is pretty good. Legion Commander will be level 4. Oh, Tiny will get a toss from Legion onto Swindles next to the tower. Spirit Breaker will charge in to help his friend, and since they're unable to burst him, well, actually he's still in trouble, as Z-Freak is here as well, but he's healing up slowly from the Oracle. Tiny will throw a creep at him, but he's going to be able to walk away. He has pressed the attack as well as a salve to heal up. Streaker will charge into Tiny for a kill, and my camera control is way off right now, but I got it back under control. So now Old Latham will rotate to the bot lane, and he'll get a kill on Swindles. So that was just really messy engagement in this bot lane. Old Chicken going down very low, but fortunately he was able to salve up and also use press the attack as well. And they're going to get a first blood on Swindles at the end of the day. Complexity tri-lane. XD does not work out for them. And the Old Latham will put a really deep ward here, and Z-Freak gets really low from the Shadow Ward, just level 2 Shadow Ward. He's gonna have to walk himself back to base. He does manage to farm up Arcane Boots by arrowing creeps in the jungle. He does miss the big creep here, unfortunately. Tay will scout out the Warlock with the trap. Speaker will wait on the rune, and so they'll secure both runes for Dyer. Morphling will pick up a DD in his bottle. Morphling is doing really good in this mid lane. Sylar Morph, signature hero for him. And Tidehunter doing pretty well against Batrider, actually winning the lane. Yeah, out of all melee heroes to go against Batrider, Tidehunter is probably one of the strongest. Oh, I did miss a kill here with this trapper here. They're able to scout out the Spirit Breaker. I believe he ate an arrow or something, and he does get finished off by Cancel. Did not expect him to die there, as they have pretty good warding. But she was able to come from this fog right here and hit him with an arrow. Probably saw him through this ward and this trap as well. So they will lose the Spirit Breaker there, but not too big of a kill. And they'll actually smoke up Sylar and Gardar together, wanting to get a kill with the DD rune. Their smoke will be popped by Z-Freak, and nothing will actually come of this. No, actually they'll charge in for the Tiny. And if they die here, it's a bit of a mistake from Moo, as they totally spotted out this gang. But I believe he knew that he was going to be okay, and so he didn't really back, but that's going to lead to Swindles getting taken out by this DD rune. And now Moo is in trouble as well, but he's going to be able to get the stun off and stop that charge. Meanwhile, it looks like Warlock was trying to get some levels mid, and he'll get taken out by Z-Freak as well as Cancel. Old 11 will TP the mid lane. I don't know why exactly, but he'll be able to defend it. I guess to suspect him to go for a push or something. He still is not skilled Ravage.
Radiant's bottom tower seem better.
And there's no ancient stack for him either. I really don't. I guess they want to give the safe lane to the Warlock. They know they want to give Warlock his 6, and mid lane is not too safe for them, so they'll give the safe lane to Warlock and let Tidehunter deal with the mid lane, because Morph has rotated out right now. It's a pretty early rotation from a Morphling, honestly. Usually as a Morph you still want to farm up, but he does get the farm in the enemy jungle. He's gonna go check the rune. Actually, it's not rune time yet. He's gonna head back to the mid lane actually. And Tidehunter is gonna be harassing Cancel down with point and gush. Meanwhile, Warlock will get shot in top by another arrow, and Z-Freak is actually getting a lot done across the map. So, for a 5k player, he's doing pretty well. So I believe Z-Freak does only have 5k MMR, he doesn't play pubs that much. Moo will be in trouble bot. They're gonna charge him into a duel. Warlock will come as well, and they're gonna be able to finish him off and secure that duel win. Always good for your Legion when you can secure duel wins early like this. Tidehunter will rotate towards bot as well. He's gonna be building into the mech. He's gonna have it in 500 gold. They're gonna be looking to push this bot lane while Sylar farms up the mid. It's pretty common for Chinese team to do this. They usually group up as 4, start taking towers early around like the 8 to 10 minute mark, and they're gonna leave one hero like on the other lane, and he can TP to the bot if he really needs to reinforce the team fight. During this whole time, Swindles has actually just been getting a lot of levels top. He's gonna hit 6 before the Warlock, which is pretty big. He's gonna hit 6 before Z-Freak even, who's been roaming a lot, as well as killing the jungle creeps. He's got a big farmer himself with 1,000 gold, as well as mana boots. I don't know if Swindles is a lone top, as he's just been up in his lane farming it. He'll get charged by the Spirit Breaker, and he should fall here. He does have ultimate to save himself, but with that bash coming in, it should secure his death. He's gonna nuke one last creep before dying and get that 40 gold. Cancel will be hitting onto this mid tower and doing a significant amount of damage. He will have the Blightstone to reduce the tower's armor. Secret will just send a scouting arrow in. Looks like Legion Commander will be stacking Ancients, while Tidehunter will be making his stay in this bot lane right now. Warlock will sit mid a bit, and he'll secure his 6 now, and he's gonna get 7 even. So now it's Spiritbreaker actually got 6 as well. He was just sitting bot with the Morph for a bit and got that up there. And now he's going to make a charge towards Mu in the bot lane. They do have Ravage as well as Mech for this, so Mu is in trouble. Swindle Melons does not have his TP scroll up for some reason. He's going to have to walk all the way there. And now Monkeys Forever is in trouble as well, as he's getting collapsed on by 4 heroes on the side of EHOME. But they'll get the mid-tower trade for that, but Morph will get top as well. And Morph will have 2,000 gold in his inventory, and he's quite farmed. Should go into net worth now. He will be at the top of the net worth for the game so far. And I don't know why Swindles wasn't, didn't have a TP there. Did he try to TP in the bot lane? Or the top lane, I mean? When he got gone on? I believe he did. Now Swindles will find old 11 under this ward, and with Mu coming in with his full tiny combo, should be able to take him out really quick. Even if he has 4 points in Kraken Shell as well as a mech, the amount of burst damage that an Oracle and Tiny provide is too much for him. It's like Morph will be building into a Lincoln Sphere while Zefreak is scouting out with his Invisor. Old Chicken will be going directly for an armlet instead of an early blink. Sylar is going to be hitting on this mid tower, but he's getting a little afraid as he's getting a bit of napalm stacks on him. EHOME will place a ward, scouting out the Ancients. Somewhere where TA usually likes to farm. They'll actually put another ward here, so it's a bit of double warding from EHOME. These give roughly the same vision, and this ward being better if you're not going to block. But Garter will charge in with the vision they have from the wards, but Oracle will be able to get ult off on TA, and he's going to be able to just blink out. Lucky for him, the blink just arrived on the courier. They're going to finish off the big creeps and try to get out, but Morphling will eat an arrow. But Warlock will have Golem for this, and Golem will be cast. The lasso will come on the Legion Commander, so she's not going to be able to purge it off anyone. Ravager will actually not be up yet, while the Spirit Breaker is going solo on the TA on the left side and managed to finish him off with the urn. Now he's coming in for Mu, but he'll eat an arrow to cancel. Tidehunter already used his mech, but he has Ravage now. He's not going to go quite yet, as they don't really have the follow-up for it. And they don't want to extend Ravage or expend Ravage without securing the kills, so they'll just decide to back off and use it for the next fight, while Warlock is using his Golem to farm up the Ancients. And they'll ping these wards here because they know that the enemy have vision, and they should be able to de-ward it with Monkeys Forever, giving the vision with his Stinky Napalm. Legion Commander the only one on EHOME to fall in that fight, and he'll TP the bot lane to continue farming up. Should be going into the blink now. It was good that Monkeys Forever got the lasso on him, because if he goes for another target, potentially it could be removed with press to attack, turning around the fight. Old 11 will just give Mu a bit of harass in the mid lane while he's farming up the creeps. And Legion's actually going to go for a Roshan play. There's no ward here, so Radiant won't know that this is happening. Mu is actually really underfarmed this game, or Monkeys Forever, I mean. He's not have his drums yet, and we usually see the drums come out very quickly for Batrider, and they'll be able to finish off this Roshan. So Legion Commander and Morphling providing a bit of damage, and Garter will go on Zefreak bot, and 17% will kill him off. And extremely farmed on this Spirit Breaker. Holy shit, he has a Shadow Amulet building into his Shadow Blade, and he's going to have it very soon. Just with all these towers, Roshan, as well as the kills they've managed to get on EHOME side, they've managed to get a lot of farm on their heroes. And look at the net worth, it's 5,000 gold in their favor. Spirit Breaker considered going onto the mid lane, but he decided not to, as there's a lot of wards actually scouting him. And he doesn't want to just get the fight turned around. Instead, they'll 5 men into this bot lane and take out this tier 2. Ravage is up, Mech is up on the Tidehunter, and EHOME are very hard to fight into right now with Aegis as well on the Morph, and he's gonna finish off his Lincolns very soon.
Lost one of them bottom towers.
He's gonna have it actually, and it's gonna fly out on the courier. While all this was happening, Complexity got some deep wards on the side of EHOME, but that's not gonna help them out as EHOME's looking to go high ground right now. Mu will finally finish up his blink, or his jump endurance, and he's quite far from his blink. Usually you see a Bat Rider have blink, or even close to blink right now, but he's nowhere near it. Cancel will actually cancel his TP, as he decided to just farm up these camps instead of going back to base or wherever he was going. While EHOME rotates 3 heroes top right now, well, Morph is just pushing out the mid lane, and they're looking to make a top push on this tier 2. Morphling will create a replicate on Spirit Breaker real quick, and he's going to continue to push mid. It's pretty hard to kill with his Lincolns, and he has Aegis as well. His Lincolns will be popped, and he'll immediately jump to his replicate. The Fortune's End will still follow him and hit him as well as Tide. But Legion Manager starts working on this top tower, and she's going to get her blink off of this. Once the tower falls. Spirit Breaker taking a bit of time to just jungle. He's trying to finish off his Shadow Blade. He's going to have it with that tower. Legion Commander will pick up her blink as well. Courier already in position to buy it from the side shot.
Radiant structures must have been fortified.
And they're going to head straight for this top tier 3. Cancel as well as Mu trying to split, but they're going to have to go back as this tower is falling quite quickly. Mu tries to go for a toss back, but if he did toss Tidehunter there, that might have been bad for them, as he could have just ravaged his entire team. So it was almost good that he didn't get that toss. And Sylar's going to start working on the racks. He's going to toss Sylar in, but Sylar didn't really care. He has Aegis. He can continue hitting on the racks as well as creating a tiny illusion. Ravage will come in. Bat Rider will try to go for a lasso, but he actually won't be able to get it off before the Ravage. Now he's going to get it off on the Legion, but he's going to fall as that Warlock Golem hits, and he'll have to buy it back. Old Chicken is falling low, but he's toggling through. He'll finally fall to Swindles, but Sylar is doing work in fights, killing monkeys forever again. He's trying to keep calling Mu. They're not used to Complexity's offlane being monkeys forever. This Warlock Golem will continue to dish out damage in a fight, while Sylar will respawn with that Aegis, and they're still fighting. Tidehunter has to be careful. He's going to take a bit of damage here. Yeah, he's going to fall to Tiny as well as Cancel. But Sylar's still alive, should be able to finish off his racks. Mu did fall there, even though he managed to kill Tide. Old Lanham will fall as well as he tried to TP away, and Morph is looking to be in a bit of trouble, but he should be able to get himself out here, as they don't really have the lockdown to stop him from just running away. He's gonna waveform away, stun up the TA a bit. Now Spirit Breaker is coming in. They're looking to turn this fight around, and with no mana on Swindles, they're not going to be able to do anything about it. Sea Freak in the trees, and Old Chicken will barely not be able to catch him. He expected the leap, but Sea Freak instead just TP'd. Sylar will TP himself back to base to pick up an item or a regen, and EHOME is looking in a really good position right now. They secured that top racks. They did get the melee racks. Tiny will be building into a Midas to try to bring this game to the late game. So they know they can't win right now anytime soon, as they're really far behind. Any chance of snowballing is gone, and that's when Tiny is at his best. So right now they're just going to try to farm up. But overall, Tiny just seems like an underwhelming hero. He's pretty much a nuke combo, and that's it. He requires too much farm. That's the thing about him. He requires too much farm to be able to be useful.
Dire's lost the top tower.
And he requires to be ahead as well. Just Tiny from behind is just super underwhelming. both as like a DPS in terms of like building carry items like Aghanims, as well as just as a nuker. So when he's behind, he's not way ahead of the enemy. They're not really afraid of his combo that much. I mean, at this point in the game, it's still doing a fair bit of damage, but while talking about that, he'll get dueled up by Legion. It looks like he'll survive the duration of the duel, but I'm not sure if he'll survive the gank in general as Sylar comes in and finishes him off. And now Garter is coming in onto cancel the mid lane. Ravage will be used as well. It'll hit 3. Warlock Golem will be dropped now. And that'll finish off cancel. Now Monkeys Forever is in trouble as Old Chicken will manage to finish him off, and on the left side they find Swindles. He'll manage to kill Lana before falling, but he's definitely gonna explode. And there goes Swindles. Really good Ravage from Old 11 as well as Warlock Golem. It'll hit perfectly onto 3 heroes. And that should mean they're going to be able to get another set of racks. As they push quite quickly with this press the attack on the Morph. He's going to eat an arrow here, which is actually going to slow down their push a bit, and they might be able to defend their racks because of that. Tiny's going to blink in and throw a nuke, and yep. That good arrow on Morph, they're gonna just back off. They don't want to take another fight without their ultimate, and their Golem is expiring quite soon. Yeah, if he didn't get arrowed there, this Rax would be very low, and they might be even wanting to stay around for a bit to finish it off. But since he got arrowed there, it's not low at all, and instead they're just going to back away. But now Complexity is looking to make a smoke play. Cancel will finally finish his Desolator. I mean, he had it for a while, but he's quite underfarmed. Usually this is what you have at around, like, I like to say 18 minutes, but he hasn't found much farm past this in the 23-minute mark right now. Tidehunter will have a 4 staff now. Legion Commander with 2,000 gold up on him. And Spiritbreaker building into a BKB. Warlock did go for a Midas, but doesn't have much items past that. He'll have 1,500 gold. He's been buying awards. Sylar will have a completed E-Blade. Meanwhile, Complexity's gank wasn't able to find anyone, so they're just going to transition that into a bot tier 1 push. They have to be careful here, as EHOME can jump them at any moment. As I say, that cancel gets jumped on by Tide. Tide is actually looking to be in trouble. He gets blown up before he can pop his mech. And we full team fight here. Moo goes in to try to lasso, but he'll get finished off. And it looks like Legion will fall as well, but Sylar is still alive and kicking. He's going to be able to clean up all these heroes as Cancel falls. Swindle has to save himself. Spiritbreaker gets hit by an arrow and will die. Sylar is still fighting up. It's 1v5 right now, pretty much. And he does manage to finish off Swindles finally. And they're going to go for Moo next, but he should be able to blink away. Sea Freak is able to survive as well. And Spiritbreaker looks like he bought back to try to catch someone, but he didn't manage to find anyone. But Sea Freak will show himself now, as he could have actually TP'd. I'm not sure what he was doing there. He'll get picked off finally by Sylar, so Sylar pretty much 1v5 that fight, as Ravage wasn't used and Legion didn't get a duel off either. It was just him, and Warlock didn't pop his Golem either, so it was literally Sylar 1v5 as his team just tanked for him. Tidehunter tanks some spells, Legion Commander tanks some spells, and Sylar just went ham, and now they're going to go for a Roche fight. Or a Roche take. Attempt. Oracle will actually build into a Veil. It's a pretty interesting build. That's not too common pickup from Oracle players. Tiny will actually manage to find a good amount of gold for that fight, as they did pick off quite a bit of heroes. They got Tidehunter, Legion, as well as Spiritbreaker. But they'll get that Aegis on Sylar, and he was 1v5ing before, but now he's going to be able to 1v5 for sure, as he's going to have Aegis as well. Charge will come on to cancel, but he's going to think otherwise about ulting him and walk away, as Oracle was nearby and his team was nowhere near really. Batrider will continue to farm up this top lane right now as he's trying to find his farm. He did fall in that fight quite quickly, so he didn't get the gold for those kills, and he'll be nowhere near his blink still, which is really bad for him. As I said, this is something you expect him to have at like the 15-minute mark, and it's a 26-minute mark right now, and he still doesn't have blink. I believe it is his first land, so maybe just having a bit of land jitters. Morphing will buy BKB, but that's not going to help him against the lasso as he gets pulled in towards a tier 4, but he's going to be able to morph up and survive. Looks like the courier died with 4,000 net worth during this, but Cancel gets dueled up and killed, but Warlock will fall, but he already got his golem off. Ravage was used in that fight, but they only managed to take out Cancel so far. Legion will heal up the morph and press the attack, and they're probably just going to go for a push now. E-Blade will be used on Tiny. He's going to fall to the overwhelming odds, and Swindles will fall now as well to the Spirit Breaker ultimate. And now they're just going to be able to clean up this Rax. We look at buybacks. No buyback on TA, no buyback on Tiny. Oracle will actually have a buyback, and Zfreak actually being able to do quite a bit of damage with his Aghanim Starfall. Siler is getting close to fall, but he still has Aegis. Window Melons buys back as well as Zfreak, and they'll manage to take out the Aegis on Sylar. But Sylar is pretty strong right now, and he's ready to turn around. Legion will come in as well with the duel onto Zfreak. Zfreak will die back, and now Swindle Melons looks like he's in trouble. No, the charge was actually on Monkeys Forever. I keep wanting to call him Moo. And they actually managed to save their Rax there with the supports buyback, which is quite huge. They didn't get any counter kills off of it, so it's not the greatest for them, as they're still in a very bad position in this game, but at least they haven't lost yet. And Monkeys Forever farming out these top creeps will finally be able to finish up his blink. Just as a stand-in for him, he just hasn't found the best Batrider game to play. Playing your first LAN and against a team like EHOME, it's extremely hard. He just kind of wanted to play with his team a lot, and they were just taking a lot of bad fights, and he didn't find his farm for the longest time, and now he'll finally finish up his blink, but he's way behind, and if he does get the lasso on, it has to be on the Legion. She's gonna be in position to remove the lasso. Expect him to be in position. It's a Chinese team after all. They play together quite often, as Sylar is the only one really off on his own. Maybe Spirit Breaker at some times. Now Complexity is going for a 5-man smoke as well as Moonlight Shadow. They're trying to get a flank onto EHOME on this bot lane, but they are all together right now. And this could go very bad for them, but they have to make a play. As I'm pretty sure if EHOME is just allowed to walk up to their base, wait for their ultimates to cool down, and they do have other ultimates, they're just gonna be able to secure 3 racks. So instead, they're gonna come in from the back, but he's not gonna be able to get his lasso off. And he'll eat an E-Blade. Swindle Melons will get charged up and ultimated by the Spirit Breaker on the side. Swindle Melons is gonna fall. Cancel's in trouble right now as well. He's gonna be able to go invisible and get out. But this duel onto Zfreak should secure his death. Monkeys Forever will manage to TP out. And they'll lose 2. It could have gone a lot worse. That could have easily ended up in a 5-man wipe. But didn't really have vision back here in his nighttime, so they managed to sneak away on their heroes and things started going poorly. Because if EHOME had good vision over them, that was an easy Ravage, Warlock ultimate, and 5-man wipe. Cancel will just sit invis on the high ground right now. This might be bad as they spot him with the sentry, and he'll immediately get himself out there. But now, as I said, what's going to happen? There's going to... They tossed the Tidehunter, and he could have ravaged there, but decided not to. That was a bit of risky play from them because they didn't burst him and his team was prepared. That was a ravage on their whole team. Tidehunter will get his ravage off, but he will fall. They're gonna manage to take out Cancel, but he's gonna buy back. Legion Commander will get lassoed up and taken down. Move does fall as he was saved up by the false promise. He didn't heal quite enough. Move will buy back as well, and they're gonna be able to take out the Warlock. And Sylar as well as Garter are forced to escape.
Get a load of Radiant's bottom
The
right.
Warlock Golem will just drill down those range racks. It's unhealable damage, as Grand would say. And during this time, they did manage to take out this mid tier 3 as well. I'm not so sure when that actually went down, but definitely wasn't down before. So that was 2 buybacks, I believe, that had to be used, but they do get 3 heroes and save their racks once again. So it looks like EHOME, they're gonna have to wait their cooldowns. And I'm surprised they're able to get such a powerful lead in this game. Like, if they miss any ultimates, or if ultimates don't pay off for them, they're definitely gonna be put pretty far back, as Complexity's lineup is pretty much designed to continuously fight. Like, their only big cooldown that they really need to rely on is Lasso, and that's not a big cooldown, it's 60 seconds, pretty much. And pretty much Tiny as well as TA are pretty much willing to, let's say pretty much a lot, huh? They're able to fight at any time. And while I say that, Morphling is gonna eat an arrow, but nothing's gonna come of it. He's too tanky. He's gonna be able to morph up as well as has a BKB and Mantis style now. Garter actually won't be building to BKB, he's going to be building Heaven's Halberd instead. Pretty decent pickup as well. It's going to stop a lot of damage coming in from the Tiny as well as TA. So EHOME is going to go for a 4-man smoke. They're going to have the Replicant from Sylar following them, so he's going to be able to reinforce that if he needs to. Cancel will get himself out there before he gets into trouble. Right now they're probably pinging out, they're like, EHOME is in our jungle, they're like waiting for something. We're gonna sit back in our base and make sure no one dies, as I believe Move does not have buyback as well as Cancel, so if they fall it could mean the game for them. Move will be forced to be building into a BKB, as he really needs to dodge that damage from the Morphling. This E-Blade does a ton of damage to him, as well as getting ravaged up, and the Warlock Golem as well, dishing out a ton of damage in the team fight. They'll get themselves caught right now on EHOME's side in this low ground, but the one actually getting caught out will be Swindle, so he gets immediately blown up by Sylar. Ravage will be used as well, it'll hit 3 heroes. Duel will be used, and that will secure another pickup. Batrider is forced to buy back, and Cancel and Monkeys Forever will be the only ones alive. I believe the duel was used on Tiny. It's an easy game for EHOME, as this looks to be all over. That's going to be mega creeps for them. And Cancel, unlike Sylar, is most likely not going to be able to 1v5, and C-Freak will call GG, and that will be a pretty fast first game for EHOME. Complexity is forced to play without Justin, as they did kick him slash him leaving. And it's a 35-minute game 1 for EHOME vs Complexity in the Northern Arena Beat Invitational. Pretty solid game from Complexity, I would say. They're able to hold for quite a while. I expected this game to be over really fast after I saw what was going on, how farmed all their heroes were on EHOME with that really fast Shadow Blade from the Spirit Breaker, but Complexity was able to hold for longer than I expected, because they did have a lot of farm on Z-Freak Just having that Marana with the Aghanims as well as Swindles going for that Veil build allowed the supports to defend that bot racks after their cores died. It forced EHOME back, but unfortunately, even though they were able to repel EHOME time after time, they didn't really manage to turn the game around, as they stopped EHOME from pushing, but they didn't necessarily kill EHOME. Or Sylar at least. This game was all about Sylar pretty much, as you saw in that bot fights. Even though Tidehunter went down as well as Legion Commander, Sylar literally 1v5'd them, and I'm pretty sure he took out 4 heroes, or at least 3, and 18-0 and 10 on Sylar, signature hero Morphling. He definitely played well. He had a good start in the mid lane with Old Lanham helping him out, allowing him to win that lane against Cancel in the mid lane. And then after that, he actually rotated out of the lane quite early. At around 8 minutes, he found a DD rune in the bot lane. I think that was around 6 minutes actually. Right, I'm not actually sure, but around that time, he was. I know at 8 minutes he was already in other lanes trying to get things done, and they did manage to get the bot tower during that time, securing or giving up the lane for another hero to get levels mid. And after that, he was able to farm up as well as contribute a lot to his team. So he didn't really AFK farm as per se on the Morph. He actually went to a lot of fights in the early to mid game, and he was able to secure towers with his team and then get his farm up from there, going to the Lincolns and E-Blade, getting it at very good timings. If we look at the how do we look at the thing, right? Yeah, so we'll see around 60 minutes he secures himself an Aegis with his team, and he'll have his Lincolns by 18 minutes, and this is with a lot of fighting. So it's not the fastest times for Lincolns on the Morph, but he did help his team secure a lot of objectives, and that will boost their gold as well. And we'll see with the E-Blade timing, that's 22 minutes. So 22 minutes for E-Blade, Lincoln's on him with a lot of team fighting and grouping up and taking towers. So very good timings on that, and once he had that, they really were able to just take the fight to complexity. As I said, Tiny not being the best heroes if you're not going to snowball with him. You really need to get things rolling on him really early and keep them rolling, and whoever falls behind, like, what is Tiny gonna do against E-Blade Morph? He's just gonna nuke him down a lot, and regardless of how tanky he is, he's gonna take a ton of damage, get kited, and just simply not be able to find those kills. Where that hero really excels is when he can just get in and nuke a support maybe and just finish them off real quick with huge burst. But once the enemy heroes start getting tanky and are able to survive his burst, then he becomes underwhelming. And until he gets a lot of items up, like Aghanims, Assault Curious, Mantis Style, maybe Butterfly, until he gets like a lot of items up, like Daedalus and everything, like pretty much 6 slotted, he's not so scared. And even then, when he gets 6 slotted, after a while he starts falling off as well. So that's why you tend to see Tiny really paired off with like heroes like Wisp that give him a really good start and keep him ahead. But simply without that, he didn't find the best. We didn't have the best game on Tiny, as they weren't able to find the best engagements. And if you look at his score for the game, he starts off with a lot of deaths. He does get gone on that bot lane as they take that tier 1. And he's just, that made him fall behind, and he was never able to catch up, getting a pretty late blink at 16 minutes, and Monkeys Forever as well having a pretty bad game himself, getting a really bad timing on his blink dagger. Look at this, look at his drums. It came at, holy shit, he got his drums at 16 minutes, which is super late. You expect drums blink at this time, but instead he's gonna have his blink even later, 10 minutes later, more than 10 minutes later, even at 29 minutes, 28 minutes. That's just not good for them. And even though they stopped EHOME for a while, the game never really looked in their favor. They never looked like they had a chance of winning. That's just how it goes with these somewhat inexperienced North American teams playing against China. You're going to see this stark comparison pretty much as China just kind of outclassed them. I'm not sure when the next game will happen, but I believe I will end this video right now. It'll be a video. I streamed the last one. I'm not so sure how that. I'm doing this for the views. If anyone watches this, I've made 17 cents of ad revenue. It's pretty cool. But I was trying to get good at casting. I'll do this shit legit live when I get a legit casting gig. But so far I'm just making videos now. So I'll end the video right now. But I'll be back for game 2 when it comes up. So see you guys later. Stay tuned. And keep watching.